Welcome to Nerds in the Dark movie reviews. I'm Mike, and
I'm Darnel,
and we're going to talk about Black Panther and why it's terrible.
Yes, bad.
It's not really terrible. This movie's fucking amazing. There's no reason anyone should not like this movie, unless you're somebody who hates cats. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of cats in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats.
Yeah.
DC fanboys might be mad.
I do have to ask the first question. Darnell, what is with the mask?
Everybody has a gimmick. So, gotta fuck with that gimmick.
Yeah, sure. Hey, you know what? I like it. So, Black Panther. What did you think?
I thought it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Best movie so far.
Definitely. It's my favorite Marvel movie. If not my absolute favorite, it's like definitely top 3 right now. Because I was like super into it.
I saw it twice, so I was like,
yeah, it was really good. Now, one thing I know for sure I want to talk about, and like a lot of people talking about, is Killmonger, right?
Yeah.
And so, how did you feel about Killmonger?
I thought he was a solid dude. I like his background. I like the reason why he became who he became was like a fucking legit as fuck.
Yeah, like he was right. Like
exactly.
He didn't do the right stuff.
Yeah, he went around it the wrong way.
But
the fact
he
that
was right.
Like the way he was like, this is I want to do this. Like your mission was right.
100%.
The direction of your mission was.
Okay, now a lot of people have been talking about in this movie about Killmonger hating women or treating women poorly.
Nah, son.
Yeah, you know, there's this thing I saw. People were posting about why should they be positive Killmonger if Killmonger, the violence that he had, majority of the movie was against women. And they said that because he laid hands on women, murdered his own girlfriend, like laid hands on that flower lady when he was like, I said burn it all, you know, that because of these things, he is necessarily anti-women. I don't want to get too much in the political of it, but he laid hands on everybody. Like,
true. If
you were against him, he was gonna lay hands. You were getting that work.
Exactly.
By the way, speaking of work, what'd you think of him like repping Vegeta?
You know what? I peeped that he was like repping Vegeta. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I see it. I'm throwing
rock that Saiyan armor. Rock that Saiyan armor.
I'm pulling that vest. That's like a dope vest. Like if I saw that vest in the store, I legit go out and buy that vest right now.
Yeah, no, it was good. Now, let's see. What did you think about Killmonger? Killmonger's dad being T'Challa's uncle.
Okay.
And being murdered by T'Chaka.
I was like, that's kind of fucked up that like he killed his own fam, but at the same time, your fam fucked us over. So it's like, you got to go, homie. You got to go.
He sold shit to Claw, and it's just like, yo. I get it. Now, I thought it was a good twist to make them related, and to make it as a reason to call back to what T'Chaka said in that dreamscape.
Okay.
Because he says, T'Chaka says to T'Challa, you are a good man, and a good man will have a hard time being a king. It just calls into question that like T'Chaka made hard choices and did things that not necessarily everybody agreed with, and because of that, it was hard. And T'Challa might not agree with everything, and he didn't, and he was just like, you were wrong. When he went back, he's like, you were wrong, and I think that spoke volumes.
Exactly. He's like, I liked everything you did. Like, yo, Dad, this is a dick ass fucking move right here, yo.
Yeah. Yep. So, and there was another thing you want to talk about with this movie. Shuri. I love Shuri.
Oh, Shuri?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. I feel like she's going to become she's gonna take over the mantle for Iron Man.
Oh, you think that Iron Man dies in Infinity War?
Oh, I'm not saying he dies. I'm saying that like he's gonna have like an episode where he's like fucking stresses out, and she's gonna like.
You think he goes back to being an alcoholic?
Yes, he's gonna go either alcoholic or he's gonna like not be able to like in Iron Man 3 where he's just having non-stop panic attacks.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, you know what? I got this, homie. Show me how they're gonna like be friends. You know,
she ain't gonna be like, show me how it works. She's gonna be like, nah, I got this.
Like she like exactly like they're gonna have like there's a scene where they're gonna like talk about like some technology and stuff, and he's gonna fucking try to stun on her. And she's gonna stun on him super fucking hard with that sassiness.
Yo.
And then like next thing you know, at the end of the movie, like the the scene after the credits, it's her fucking putting on a fucking helmet and what the fuck's up now, bitch?
Yo, okay, so I feel like it would be amazing. Like she gets in the suit, she doesn't know that there's like that he's got like his man on the inside, right? And so she's in the suit, and then Jarvis starts saying something, and she's like, "Don't sneak up on me, colonizer."
It's Girl Friday, but yeah, I can see that. That'd be dope. Like who the fuck is this colonizer talking to me right now?
Yo. All right, so some people definitely are not gonna like that because we know that there's a ton of people who are like, but Riri Williams exists. Like, what are we gonna do with Riri Williams? And it's just like, well, she's not in this universe, but Shuri is, and Shuri's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but like,
she's great.
They've gone outside the lines on other things because they went outside the lines on the Hank Pym and the Ultron, because like technically Iron Man made Ultron, but like in the movie, but like in the comics it was Hank Pym and a few other things.
Hank Pym had existed in the comics. Like I mean, he existed in the universe.
Exactly.
So it was like, why not have Hank Pym make Ultron? But it's like, no, it makes sense because where Iron Man is versus where Hank Pym is, it would make sense that Iron Man makes Ultron, which is fine.
Egotistical.
Right. And then you have like, there's no Riri Williams in the universe, but Shuri's there, and don't get me wrong, like I loved Shuri as Black Panther. Her run was amazing. It was fire. It was fucking lit. But to see her don the Iron Man armor, that would also be pretty amazing. I'm just saying.
I like how they because I kind of wanted to see her fight, but like they made sure to make a point to like she's a badass like when she was fighting all the warriors out in the field.
Yeah.
But like when she like went up against Killmonger and shit, and a couple of the fucking other guards, she made a point like she was still using like weapons and stuff.
Yes,
it wasn't fucking flat out.
She was
fighting.
using her tech, and
so like you know what? That's how I was like. That's what made me think she's gonna fucking take the Iron Man mantle. Not because like just because it's tech. Because like, when she went out in the fight, she didn't go like whoever else had a weapon and like use it. She just straight like, like the Panther fist and was shooting blasters at motherfuckers. And it was like
yes.
I see her doing some fucking shit like that.
Yeah. No, I mean definitely. I was watching that movie and I was like, I see you, girl. I know what's up. She was good.
She was fucking solid.
All the women in this movie were fucking phenomenal. There's no woman in this movie relegated to like a damsel in distress role. Like they all do their own shit. I mean, the closest you could get to like somebody who is pretty much defenseless is like the old ladies inside of the like the flower spot, or like the queen doesn't necessarily do anything. Yeah,
but when they're in the woods or in the forest, whatever, and they're waiting for a old girl and the agent to come back.
Yeah,
and she like straight up puts on her guard and was like, "Hey, who the fuck is coming through the woods?"
Yeah.
So like she wasn't just like, "Oh no, what's happening?" She's like straight up like, "Hey,
exactly.
I will stab a motherfucker, no problem."
Exactly, and this is why like because everyone there's this thing when they talk about like female characters, right? They talk about that female characters a lot of times in movies where there is a male hero, that they lack agency. And everybody in this movie makes their own choices. They act on their own, they do their own thing. You particularly see that in the love interest. Yeah. She's not just relegated to the role. She, when she meets up with Black Panther, she specifically tells T'Challa, like, no, I'm not going to be your queen because I'm doing my own thing. Yeah. And she thinks that doing her own thing is more important than being a part of the kingdom, which is like wholly important, and it's the driving theme of the movie. And having her play a role in that, I think, was a really good choice.
What I will say though is like I like how like even though the museum curator and even Killmonger's girlfriend, like they're still not like wusses.
Yeah.
Like she like got a bad feeling about like the how Killmonger, and is like, hey, the fucker, and then like she's like, oh shit, I feel the poison kicking in. Yeah. And then even the girlfriend, like she's like, hey, she's on her shit, and she's like willing to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Granted, she was sloppy, but she was sloppy.
No, I mean,
she's
everybody
not trained to fucking be a fighter. She was, well, talking about Killmonger's girlfriend, like she was trained. She wasn't trained to be a fighter. She just was like, hey, I'm down for the fucking cause, and I'm ready to fucking fight. And it wasn't just like, oh, like, oh no, something bad happened.
Yeah.
I left my guard open.
How did you feel about the dialogue in the movie in general? Just like overall the writing.
The dialogue was amazing. The jokes. There
was a lot of that. The when they pull out the ring to prove that he was actually who he was saying was.
Oh, hey auntie?
Yes. Oh my god.
That's like that was one of my talking points. I was like,
hey auntie.
That whole like shit talking like when was just great.
Yeah, no, everybody. I think all of the dialogue, like all of the banter, was really on point. I think the only role that I felt was underplayed was Agent Ross.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like, so you heard that the original cut was longer, right? Like way longer.
Yeah, I think it said like something like 4.5 hours. Something was the original cut.
And I feel like a lot of Ross was cut out because he like. This is one of my only gripes with the movie, and it's not a really big thing, but it is important to note. So Ross, his plot line, if you follow his character, he finds T'Challa in the casino, the illegal casino, says, no, we won't give you this. No, we won't give you the guy we captured. Gets shot, wakes up in another country, gets sassed by somebody, finds out T'Challa's dead, and is just like, yeah, sure, I'll join your cause, whatever.
Yeah.
Why? What drove him to be like, to risk his life in that plane? Because he wasn't in the plane, but like they were shooting at him. He's like, how much time do I have left? Like, what drives you to be that dedicated to a cause? Like, just out of nowhere. Like, based on what was actually shown, he wouldn't have done that.
I can kind of see it because of the fact is like, I got shot, and y'all could have just said, fuck me, left my ass for dead, and it's like, oh, y'all like fucking saved my fucking life. So it's like, I can kind of see like, hey, y'all saved my life.
So I get that, but he's a special agent. He's not like a fucking Knight of the Realm where they just like, he's like, I owe you a life debt now.
But like he's also military, so like he knows that like if those motherfuckers go the fuck it out, that like they're fucking somebody else over, because like he said the planes are going to like New York and like other countries. So I can get that. So the drive to say, let's not destabilize Wakanda, right? Yeah.
Let's not destabilize Wakanda and give them. So he can say Killmonger is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. He can say that having vibranium out there in the world delivered to agents would be a bad thing, right? Yeah. But at this point, he knows T'Challa's lied about vibranium. He knows that they're hoarding vibranium. He knows that they don't want to share it, right? There's nothing so far that has stated that we're going to open our borders to the world. He doesn't announce that till later.
Yeah.
So at this point, like most Americans in this scenario, they would say, why, like most Americans would say, like, you having all of this is bad. Like, there's a reason that American military doesn't like it when other countries express hegemonic interests where they want to like build nuclear warheads and stuff like that. There's a reason we don't like it. Yeah. So finding out that a country not only had not only has vibranium but has more than anyone else and is specifically advanced and not a third world country, I don't think that we would immediately be allies. We wouldn't want them as an enemy, but like, I think it would have been in Ross's best interest to have more vibranium in the world. Not in terrorist hands, because in his eyes it was like, that's terrorist hands.
Exactly.
But if it made it out there, he knew where it was going. He was like, that's the one going to New York. He could set patrols up and capture that vibranium. It's just one of those things that, you know, do I know what kind of character Ross is? No. Do I know why he was fighting for them so hard? Also no. And that's a problem. I don't know why he fought so hard. I just don't. That's not in there for me.
I get you.
Yeah. So, what else you got?
Let's see. What do I have on this handy thing? Okay, like the fights.
Notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because drunk me forget shit. So I made notes.
Yeah.
I like the brother sister like companionship, because of like they really fucking captured brother and sister.
Yeah. No, they teased each other really well. Like, because it wasn't just like, yeah, no, I'm related to you, so I love you, so I'm gonna protect you. And it was just like, no, like they straight up were talking shit to each other the whole way. Win or lose, they were talking shit to each other.
Like me and my sister, we talk shit all fucking day when we're fucking in the.
It was real.
I didn't get that feeling with like Thor and Loki. Like yeah, they talk shit, but like it didn't feel like brother or sister. They just feel like people who knew each other who were talking shit. I didn't get like y'all grew up and y'all talking shit. So
there's a very different dynamic with Loki and Thor, in that Loki's always trying to kill Thor. B, if you watch Ragnarok, which Ragnarok was like very much like a sibling relationship. Like you see the rivalries, even in like the play that Loki wrote for himself. Yes. Like that was a jab at Thor. Yeah. And then the games that they played is like let's do Get Help. Get Help was definitely like a sibling rivalry thing, and he's just like, you know what? In this instance, I don't blame Loki for wanting to kill Thor.
Yeah, I can get that.
So it's just one of those, and like now we're venturing into the movie, so we definitely passed what we're going for. So I think that's our time, unless you have other.
Nah, I think we touched on everything.
That's our time. Thank you very much, and next time on Nerds in the Dark, movie reviews.
Hey, this is the end slate. This is the part where I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe, but instead I'm just going to let you watch some videos because I'm not the boss of you. See if you like us, see what happens, who knows?
I'm going to the next spot. I'm going whether you like it or not. I'm traveling.
I'm not done looting. I'm not done.
You're done. You're done. You're done.
Whatever. Kick all these motherfuckers' asses. Can I ride on this shit?
I want Yoshi. Ah.
Oh, fuck.
Motherfucker took my Yoshi.